Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Kim Kardashian, you being dragged for showing up at an Indian wedding and trying to Indian wedding and trying to eclipse the bride. Now, listen, I've researched into that, right? Kim was wearing that chain, wrath or calf that goes from her nose to her ear. Apparently, in Indian weddings, only the bride wears that. She was wearing red. They said apparently in Indian weddings, usually the bride is the only one that wears red. Kim was continuing her tradition of every time she shows up in a wedding, trying to upstage the bride. The only thing is, all my Indian friends told me, girl, Kim can't even compete because in Indian weddings, you're supposed to be as flashy as possible because no one, and I mean no one, eclipses the bride. The bride will make sure that her outfit is so amazing, so beautiful, so this that can't anybody, even Little Miss Red Riding Hood, nobody can actually mess with them. Okay, so I said, okay. So Kim was looking like she was on a mission. She was wearing a cream number and had on a bra. The sari was down. She wanted everybody to see. She was walking around looking like she couldn't breathe, her usual, right? It did look like Princess Jasmine cosplay, but she looked pretty. But I know when I see a woman on the mission, I said, why is Kim there? I know she was invited by this billionaire, but why is Kim there? And why, when only the bride is supposed to be in red, is she kind of like a guest in honor? And she's walking hand in hand with the billionaire's wife's family. This guy is, I think, one of the richest people in the world. His son was getting married. It was a big celebrity shindig where it looked like it was like more money than the Oscars, to this, to that. Now, we can talk about class and equity later, but let's actually get to it. Why was Kim there? Because word on the street is Kim is looking for another sugar daddy, another donor, if you will. And allegedly, why? Kim's original sugar daddy that had her thinking she was going to make this jump from wealth from Kanye into the billionaire class. Remember when she was there with her booty out and those bleached caterpillars talking about the American dream? And she's like, honestly, I've just leveled up into different rooms. Like it's just different for me now. And I was like, wait a second. Kanye put you and your mama on. And I know that y'all make money, but baby, you don't make that much money. So, actually, what really is going on? How did you get into money for a private equity firm that was supposed to get 1 billion in investment? And I also kept saying about her private equity firm, the only thing I see is some hot sauce that y'all invested in. You ain't need to be a billionaire for that. One, where did Kim get this money? Two, who is her billionaire sugar daddy? Now, I don't know if Kim has a billionaire sugar daddy, but consider this. At one time, Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez became like this with Kim. They look like a modern day throuple, right? She got invited to Lauren Sanchez's birthday party, even though her and Lauren didn't really know each other. Jeff Bezos gave Kim a fashion award. Kim was around all the time, and that's when she started talking about she's into billionaire stuff. She don't do this, she don't do that. She even started getting surgery to give her more of a jaw to look like Lauren Sanchez. And when I saw that, I said, think I know what's going on here. Lauren, you in danger. But Lauren said, please, mama, don't worry about me. Because Lauren Sanchez is like, do you really honestly think I became Jeff Bezos bona fide by being stupid? Baby, don't worry. What happened? Kim was around Jeff and Lauren. They had their fun. The next thing you knew, Kim wasn't invited to the engagement. We haven't seen them together since lately, even though they were like Three's Company for a moment. Lauren got her engagement ring. She going to get married. And Kim, around that time, got a private equity fund. Now, if you don't understand the serious amount of money you need to open a private equity fund, maybe neither does Kim, because whoever was her investor, her angel investor that was going to invest, a lot of people said it might have been Jeff Bezos, right? Whoever is her angel investor, it seems like they pulled out in more ways than one. It seems like the reason Kim was at that billionaire's wedding on the prowl, clapping hands, is because Kim needs a new sponsor and she needs somebody that can invest in her private equity firm. Because even in April, they were saying in Axis, in New York Post, and numerous trade publications that Kim's private equity fund is a flop because the money that she told everybody she had that she was going to raise, it has not come. Again, remember when Kim and Jeff Bezos was super tight? Every time they took a picture, they were always touching. They were always doing this. I'll put some pictures up if you guys don't believe me. It looks like it might have actually fizzled out. And you know what? Kudos to Kim for trying to make the jump into money. You don't need anybody to buy you a car. You don't need anybody to do this and that. You can buy your own new face. You want someone to invest in you and really take things to a different level. So listen to what they're saying. This will let you know why Kim was walking around looking like she couldn't even breathe, looking desperate, trying to take attention. Because again, the type of man that Kim is going to like somebody that is like gaudy but boring, garish, but also very pedantic at the same time. It's been over a year and a half since Kim teamed up with the Carlyle Group vet Jay Sammons to launch Sky Partners, a consumer focused private equity firm. But the early buzz has given way to a slog of first time fundraising. Here's the thing, they said that they were going to raise $1 billion. And I think at one point Jeff Bezos was going to invest. But listen to this, they've only secured, right? 121 million in capital commitments through March, according to federal securities filings. You guys, this is so far short. And I know what you're saying. Tisa, 121 million is a lot of money. Not for private equity. It is not. It's not even a pittance. It's laughable. They won't even let you into the club. On top of that, she just secured promises. They haven't even gotten that actual money. So basically, people are like, okay, you're saying you're getting $1 billion. You know what? I'll give you 2 million if you get that billion. I'll give you 2 million. So people are hedging their bets, being like, if you can get the money you say you will, then I'm good for this because I want to be a part of it. But if you don't get the money, I'm not getting you anything. This included nearly 80 million structured as a special purpose vehicle for a minority investment in Truff, a maker of truffle infused hot sauces that said they'd been valued around 250 million. Oddly enough, Truff, I don't think it's grown that much, so they haven't even seen the return on that. They're raising money via rolling closes, having officially launched fundraising in March 2003 without a formal end date. The SPV eventually will be incorporated into the main fund, which features a 20% carried interest. Okay, you don't need to know that. Sources say that Sky may have raised new money in the month. They did not, since it's securities filing and it's on the verge of doing so, but it's still a far cry from the $1 to $2 billion goals being floated pre marketing. If you recall, Salmons, that's who Kim hired, said last fall that it would stop consumer deal making altogether. But it has been a double edged sword for Kim. On one hand, she's demonstrated ability to build large consumer brands and can attract the sort of inbound interest that other deal makers can only dream about. Skims, for example, is now worth $4 billion. However, the one thing people don't realize is Emma Gerd was the one that built Skims into that valuation. And Kim doesn't own Skims completely. I think she only has like, I don't know how much, but she sold off a lot of her purchase, and Emma Gerd owns the other 50%. On the other hand, she has a surplus of other demands of her time. The celebrity has caused some institutional investors to flinch at presenting Sky to stodgy investment committees, particularly those old enough to recall the Elevation Partners Bono fiasco. Expect family offices to be more inventable. Okay, so what does this mean, right? Let me put this in to layman's terms. Nobody wants to invest with Kim because the people that would hitch their brand to a Kardashian vehicle, they don't have enough money and they're not willing to. The people that have enough money to actually get to this 1-2 billion, they're not impressed by the Kardashians. They know it's all smoke and mirrors, okay? Even in the New York Times, they're saying that, listen, in a year and a half for private equity, 121 million, and most of that is Kim's own money. Again, they haven't even gotten 121. They got IOUs, they got promises. So they haven't even gotten that. Most of their liquid assets are about 8 or 9 million that Kim actually put in. Again, they're saying that it's potential that she's raised more, But the FCC filings, and this is where Kim messed up with it, you can't hide behind smoke and mirrors with FCC filings. They somehow thought when she started being very cozy with Jeff Bezos that she was going to open this private equity firm and then be set for life. And now again, it is dead in the water. Again, they said in pre-marketing stages, Sky reportedly had a sight set on investing in consumer media companies. Many onlookers anticipated that those companies would be brands promoted by Kim. However, she made it clear her role would be more of a traditional private equity advisor rather than brand ambassador. How what does Kim know about building a business? The only thing that ever worked was Skims, and that was Kanye and Emma Gerd. But anyway, they're saying Kim, whose stake in Sky is partially held by a vehicle called Favorite Daughter Incorporated, has set the firm up with a strong team, though investors can't do much until they have more money to work with. In August, right, Kim hired former Apple retail boss Angela Arentz to serve as Sky's senior operating ambassador or advisor. She's focused on making investments across consumers. Again, they're saying that even though she's hiring people, they have no money. So what is Kim doing out at these weddings? Making a fool of herself, trying to upstage the bride and being very like inappropriate and looking like she's for sale. Well, baby, maybe she's going back into the family business of how to get really people to really invest in you. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to keep an eye on this, but I'm telling you, Kim is on the prowl. She needs an investor. It is what it is. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.